Speaking of football, hopefully we're about to find out that we're in a good position and not at the bottom of the conference anymore, right? Right, we got Joseph Rugamba, Umanga at quarterback, Trent Stewart also at quarterback, Javante Sapp at fullback out of Mobile, Alabama, but not the pride of Mobile, Alabama. That would be Sparky Plug Bob Holly. We also got Dylan Van Ginkel. So, yeah, we're looking at bringing in a lot of recruits this year, which is good. Crash, I don't know either. We head to the blue turf of Boise State. The Blurf. We don't have a Dingleberg, but we have a Dinkelberg. At least we did. He might have graduated by now. I don't remember if Dinkelberg's graduated. At least we got 3 stars before relegation. Well, that's the game plan, right? Let's just really quickly... Did I scout out the punter that I did get? I didn't, and now I can't even scout him out. Out of you freaks here... 90 kick power, good lord. 91 kick power, good lord. And 77 kick power, but 79 accuracy is a gem. Interesting. Crash, I don't know who you're getting the recap from, because it's not going to be from me, because I don't fucking know what the hell. I don't even know. This guy's got mega leg? Does that mean he's got a big... What the hell does mega leg mean? Okay. Guy's got mega leg. These will be the last few people that we add to the board as well. Because we are going to want to leave room for transfers. I can argue we're bringing in too many people as it is. But obviously we went into desperation mode. So. From gray turf to blue. Indeed. Indeed, indeed. Kevin Keener. Big Keener. Sorry, ma'am. Your husband has mega. Pro tip. Stay off the internet. Way too many faces. No. I mean, yeah. Yeah. But also, you know, not everybody that gets frustrated with you is a hater. You know? Should name him Mega Leg. Conference standings. Minnesota has 2 games left. As long as they don't win both of them, and we do not lose our final 3 games. So 1 win out of our final 3, and we're safe. We need 1 win. God damn it. 1. And if we win out, we could still get a bowl game, but that's not going to fucking happen. The Broncos of Boise State. It's like looking at an alternate reality. I am not dealing with you guys wearing blue jerseys on a blue field, though. Screw you. We will wear black pants just in case of snow. These fuckers try to blend in. At least Coastal have black jerseys to start off, you know? So.
Welcome to Boise, Idaho, where fans...
Goodness.
In one way. We get them on the blue. And that typically means trouble for anyone who tangles with the Boise State Broncos. What we have in store today, a clash between a pair of AAC squads. As we'll see, the Ball State Cardinals taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Boise State Broncos. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait.
3-time Fiesta Bowl champs. Big F you if they repainted the field orange. Could you imagine? What the hell would you even call it? If the blue field is the blurf, what the hell would the orange field be? How does that work? Orange? Like, how the hell does that even work? Crash, by the way, I'll just tell you this instead of texting you. It is better to not take advice from me on how to conduct yourself on the internet, clearly. So, you do you, homie. You do you. We're up 21-14 heading into the 4th. As for some reason, they elected to go for it instead of kicking a field goal. I wonder if they ran the Statue of Liberty. 24-14. Dude, we haven't even been close to a no-touching win this season. And we still might not be. They failed on 4th down again. I think we might be okay. Ormph. Muted, what's up? Nice interception, and that should do it to Real Tribal Chief. Oh my god! 3 wins in a row!
No touching!
Dang right.
We're a second half of the season team.
They got the loss. They had a little bit of
We had to just suck long enough to put the fear of God into us in regards to relegation.
And sometimes the good thing about losing
Whew. Oh, Muted, I'm having a time tonight, let me tell you. For a variety of reasons. Cincinnati! Screw the game stats. Cincinnati. How much dye do you think goes onto that turf to keep it blue? About as much as the city of Chicago puts into their river to dye it green for St. Patrick's Day. 3 wins in a row. Cincinnati. Moving on. That guarantees that we will not be relegated. Thank fudge. Sweet, delicious fudge. Trail Mix, defensive player of the week in the conference. 2-sack game. So we draw SMU. But again, the good news is we survived. We survived. Minnesota only has 1 game left, and we have the tiebreaker on them, so we are good. Thank God. Thank God. It was not pretty, but we did manage to survive. If we have any seniors that are currently starters, we will be sitting them for the rest of the year. What tier are we in? Tier 7. So yeah, I'm sorry to Big Al's gorilla shirt, but I'm gonna make you a special teamer for the rest of the year. Anybody that's a senior is gonna be sitting. So we can prioritize players that'll be here next year. And the good news is we don't even have that many seniors. We don't even have that many seniors, which means we're going to have to cut a shitload of players. Is Hurtado hurt? I guess you could say Hurtado is Hurtado. Anyway, so Big Al will still play. Right side. All right, most of the seniors were apparently at corner. Let's get the younger guys up there. Not that I think playing the vets wouldn't be a good idea for the sake of winning games, but at the same time, those extra reps for the youngins could work out pretty well. So, recruitment-wise, we have time to utilize Senior Day, the day we sit all seniors, basically. Everybody except for this punter is already on 50. And we're just going to leave these guys, and whoever we end up with, we end up with. And from there, we'll focus on portal pickups. SMU. SMU. Against the Mustangs. The death penalty. Themselves. Red versus blue on this one. There you go. God damn it, Endo. Outstanding. Sad, but outstanding. All right, Smoo. Let's see what you got for us. If we win this one, we might have a chance at a bowl game after all. But thankfully, the worst case scenario can no longer happen this year. Finally learned my issue with not being able to stick to a Dynasty team. I always pick a bottom feeder. Learning I much prefer a bad team in a top-tier conference. Northwestern. Fair. I mean, obviously, that's why I just mess around with conferences, so we always kind of have that challenge. But that is fair. Especially if you pick a bottom feeder team in a power conference that's in a state that has some top-notch rival programs. You know, competing with pipelines as we are going to be trailing, heading into the 4th. And we missed a 27-yard field goal. And with 1:40 to go, SMU take a 10-point lead. Say goodbye to any hopes of a bowl game, as we are going to need an onside kick. Our first in a very, very long time. I don't even remember the last time we had a successful onside kick. I probably will be switching our kicker to punter and our punter to kicker because this guy is atrocious.
He wants a big play here late. Snags it down the right side.
Oh, what a tackle.
We get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's
2
got
picks
it.
today for Boutte, by the way.
It's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety.
And we're just going to get stopped in a goal line situation. Maybe not quite a goal line, but close
Deny
enough.
him on second and goal. He'll
Timing-wise, almost doesn't matter because we do need the onside kick.
He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. And they'll
If we can get a jet sweep to work, blogging the Fishop.
on 3rd and goal. Receiver on the move gets the touch
Yeah,
pass.
we got it. Oh my god, maybe he didn't. Holy shit, that guy was fast. Muted interest-wise from players, not bad, but yeah, obviously this season's been a massive, massive struggle.
Helpful things at
We
this
got that
juncture.
perfectly
So
covered.
Go for it on 4th down.
This is a disaster.
Snaps it in the shotgun. Can't find
That's it.
him.
They make a goal line stand.
That is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
That's it.
1st and 10 from inside their own 5. You got to take care of the ball, but there is room to take a shot here. They'll go
No safety, ball game.
Really nice job stopping the run.
Yeah, the shadow wasn't very nice. That's why I was kind of hesitant to throw the ball. We lose to SMU. I mean, it's a loss, so it sucks. It pretty much kills any ability for us to get a bowl game this year. But, yeah. All right. Well, it has been a disappointing season. There will not be 3 straight promotions. Maybe I was fooling myself into thinking that that might happen. Hopefully a lot of letter grades attached to what we have going on don't take that big of a hit. We will still jump in against FIU if we have to. It's always worth trying to win. So let's see what happens against the Panthers since we don't have anything to do recruiting-wise. And we'll see. Yeah, I mean, no bowl game, no relegation. Like, typically, that type of season we'd be a fan of, right? Because, hey, make it to a new conference, don't immediately get relegated. That's great. But we should have had a team that was better than 4-8 or at best 5-7. But for whatever reason, start of this year, we just couldn't do anything. Our offense sucked. Our defense sucked. Clearly, our special teams were a problem all year long. Down by 10 with 6 minutes left. We'll give the offense one more chance here on their own. And they do take advantage of it. Can they make a stop defensively? All right, 3:18 to go. We're down by a field goal. Let's see if we can at least win the final game of the year. I don't think 5-7 will be good enough to get a bowl game, so I do believe this is, in fact, our final game of the year. So I give that guy a hospital ball just to, try and wake him up a little bit. It doesn't help. We lost arguably our best offensive weapon.
He's looking to throw.
Fanboy. The man was a fanboy.
Spin. Oh, baby, let's go. Shout out to Dark Witcher on the follow.
Gain of 15.
Witcher, welcome in.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line.
Happy to have you here. We are going to wind this down to the 2 minutes.
Choreographed screen, the line got
Never
out
jump
on
once.
time.
Never
The
jump.
running back had a wall.
Has anyone had, consistent success getting the AI to jump offside?
Selling pass and then kind of dodging the pass rush, getting it to the running back, and then let him do the rest. You got him in space, he'll pick up yards in a hurry.
On 1st down, here comes this offense.
Start a new quarterback next year, maybe, yeah. I mean, there is a lot of competition at that position, so.
The inside handoff.
Go, Larry!
And a really
Former
nice
quarterback, started a Yukon Dynasty.
for the defensive
Fun. You're the devil.
disaster and stopped
You're the devil.
play. And the Cardinals with the 1st
Not
and
once
10.
in all my years playing Madden. I've never gotten the AI to jump. Yeah. Oh, shit. Yep, I fucked up.
And that ball is picked off. Got
That guy was so much faster than I thought he'd be. That was another problem this season. I have not played my best tonight at all. I have had a miserable time trying to read the defense. I have just continually gotten jebaited on these plays where looks like zone coverage, but it's actually man or vice versa. I have really struggled tonight in my reads. Technically, we're not done yet, but now I really do need to just fucking air the ball out. Obviously, we can't kick the field goal to tie. How good would a true freshman have to be to play? I mean, we did give a redshirt freshman a chance this season. He just wasn't particularly good. Oh my god. You know what? Fair play. GG's. Fair play. What a pick. What a way to end our season. Jesus Christ. What the hell are you doing at FIU? I think Bama's going to be calling in the offseason, buddy. Holy hell. Oh, if we technically get a stop here, we could have a chance, but now there's going to be reliance on an onside kick. Yeah, I have really not played my best tonight, clearly. But also, this team put me in a situation a ton this year to need to lead a comeback. And I'm not going to be on my game every night. Clearly. Fitting into a shit year on to the next. Yeah, I mean, again, like, we're still getting more 3 stars. You know, we're still getting more 3 stars into the system. Give me that. Hey, come on. What am I going to do to block a punt? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Yep. Okay, well, let's just air the ball out again. And see what's up.
He wastes no time and comes out throwing.
Just heave and hope for the best. Had we done a rack catch, we might have actually been okay. Let's just kick the field goal now.
They'll line up to kick it and try to make this a one-score game. And he'll envision the ball flight as he lines it up from the right hash and 38 yards.
And we'll go for the onside.
And the kicker delivers the
And it all comes down to the onside anyway, so let's go for it early.
Terrific showdown this week, guys.
And he handled it immediately. Can't rip it out. That's ball game. A 4-8 season, one of our worst seasons in our 20-year history at Ball State. Tough way to go. At the very least, there won't be a relegation. But yeah, the team simmed incredibly poorly this year. I had one of my worst seasons on the sticks. It was just a recipe for disaster this year, unfortunately. But worst case scenario, thankfully didn't happen. And we'll be getting another decent influx of 3 stars from this year, and we'll still be allowed to bring in 3 stars. However, we could also be facing a mass exodus because our contender status has plummeted. Big Al was Defensive Player of the Week in conference. And we will indeed see how this all plays out. Conference championships, relegations, all of that. Mass exodus is what I call my moves. Can't wait for someone to name their player Mass Exodus now. Okay, with our staff. It's tough to argue that we should drop these guys, right? This season was the opposite of Trip. It sure was. I want to keep these guys, man. They've been with us for a while. We're not going to find higher levels. And they still have a lot spec'd into Motivator, so let's see what happens here. We'll go through Conference Championship Week, and that'll help us know everything that we have going on with promotion relegation. And we'll get us that much closer to our offseason. So yeah, first time in a while that we are not going to have a bowl game. The playoff bracket looks like this. Temple versus Iowa. Winner plays Tennessee. Troy and Notre Dame. Winner plays Georgia. Mid-10 and App State. Winner gets Kentucky. Bowling Green and Arizona. Winner will play Texas Tech. A 2043 college football playoff. In terms of the conference standings, we'll start at the bottom as we always do with independent status. Your newly promoted teams, Temple, which isn't surprising given that they made the playoffs. And then it comes down to point differential because this independent status, it's unlikely that they played. And the superior point differential went to Buffalo over Ohio. So the Buffalo Bulls have also advanced up a tier. Conference USA, Tulsa. Rough season for the Golden Hurricane. They will be down. And because of a one-game difference, I mean, technically off the loss, it's going to be Charlotte. So Charlotte will also go down. Charlotte and Tulsa on the way down. Tier number 9 is the MAC. Holy hell. And a 3-team tie. Sam Houston's safe because of the extra wins, so it comes down to Vandy versus Indiana. 4-8 overall under. Vandy and Indiana, the loser of that game, goes down a tier. And it was Indiana that lost. Okay. Down go the Hoosiers. Tier 8, the Sun Belts. Duke, who almost made the conference title game last year, would have had they not lost that last game to UConn. Duke Blue Devils dropped from Tier 8 down to Tier 9. In the American, we survived technically by 2 wins because we had beaten Minnesota, so we would have had the tiebreaker if they finished at 3-7. Down go the Golden Gophers as we were second to last in the conference. In the Mountain West, the Ragin' Cajun of Louisiana. We'll be playing them next season as they get relegated down to Tier 7. Pac-12 sees a miserable Georgia Tech team get relegated. The ACC, perfect season for Iowa, but it's Clemson falling down to Tier 5 for the Clemson Tigers. That is brutal. Absolutely brutal. The Big 12. Ole Miss off of overall win-loss have been dropped while... Actually, I lied. I thought Purdue was 10-0. It's Purdue. I got you baited because the other team was 10-0. Purdue 0-10. I gave Purdue false hope, but they don't be sticking around in the Big 12. Shout out to App State, by the way, who played Georgia for the conference title. In the Big 10, Texas, the Longhorns fall down to Tier 3. Yikes. And relegated from the top tier this year, either Florida or Miami. It'll come down to their head-to-head matchup. Be Florida or Miami. The answer is Florida, as they lost to Miami. So down go the Gators. In terms of the conference champions, Virginia win Conference USA. Good for them to finally figure shit out. So Virginia up to Tier 9. Oregon State ends up beating Louisville to win the Pac-12. Shout out to Oregon State and the Beavs. Bowling Green win the MAC convincingly. Georgia wins the Big 12 over App State. So Georgia finally on the comeback trail. Fresno State have won the Sun Belt over the Troy Trojans. Decent little upset there. Hawaii dominates Michigan State to win the Mountain West. I believe that's back-to-back promotions for Hawaii. Washington State win the American. We won't have to deal with the Cougars next year. Tennessee beat LSU in the top tier. The SEC crowns theirs. You also got Texas Tech winning the Big Ten. So that'll be them up to the top tier. And then Kentucky over Iowa. So Kentucky is going to have a top 3-tier program. Interesting. But apparently Virginia haven't played Western Michigan yet. Or James Madison. I don't know what the hell's up with that, but either way, Virginia's safe. And neither one of those teams would have gotten relegated anyway. So it's really weird. Hate to do it, but we do have to look at our stats for the season. Yep. I mean, that's where the problems start and end. Right there. That is horrific. That is horrific. Damn. That's the worst quarterback play we've seen at Ball State. And I account for a couple of these, but not even half of them. Rushing-wise, Kuna Nevada saw the running game was pretty good. We just didn't run the ball nearly enough. Quite a few fumbles in there, too. Receiving-wise, where would we have been without George RRR Martin? Easily our best wideout this year. Blocking-wise, a great year for Bubblicious. Or Endurance M. Cornhucker, who also battled injuries this season. Defensively, tackle leader was NIL OnlyFans, who got hurt at the end of the year. Roberta, yes, he graduated last year. Sack leader, we went from, 15 or something like that last year to 5.5. I mean, granted, more people got involved, but our pass rush was nowhere near as deadly as it was the year before. 5 interceptions for the real tribal chief. Nobody else, though, with more than 1. Our kicker goes 16 for 21 with 1 of them blocked. A rough year, man. That was a rough year. I don't really care too much about the nationwide stats at this point. Although, actually, maybe somebody that left us went on to great success. Doesn't look like it. Mind, I lied. Imagine having a quarterback throw for over 40 touchdowns, though. Yeah, it just makes me jealous. I can't even look at that. I can't even look at it. So, we are set to march forward and see what's up. Cornell Rasmussen, another quarterback. We're going to get somebody who can throw touchdowns. We also get Zay Kraft at tight end. Yeah, Frank, we had a bad year. We had a real bad year. And hopefully we don't lose too many people in the portal here. Enrique Eakin, senior quarterback at Troy, is your Heisman winner in 2043. Did Davis do anything? I mean, he beat us in week 1. But I can check beyond that. I know people are intrigued by him. I was intrigued by him. And then he didn't sign here. So now I hate him. Absolutely hate him. I am the spurned lover. Imagine if he was on our team. If he can do that on Monroe, what could this guy have done here? We did manage to get promoted last year without him. I think we would have gotten promoted this year with him. But. Ass. I think we're in line here. Hopefully for a good off season, so long as we don't have too many people run away. And hopefully the portal is kind to us as well. So we'll see what happens. Those transfer concerns are real, though. Temple beat... Dude, Iowa put up 50 points. Holy shit. Troy beats Notre Dame. App State over Mid-10. And Arizona State sneaks past Bowling Green. Tennessee over Temple. Troy over Georgia. App State over Kentucky. and ASU over Texas Tech. Your final four. Tennessee, who lost in the final last year, I think. Troy, App State, and ASU. The only one of those teams... Actually, in fairness, I believe both Troy and App State have won national titles in this timeline. I think. If I'm remembering the same timeline. So we've played a lot of college football. A lot of years between this and Tugalane. Your national title game. Arizona State versus Troy. Oh, man. 19 years from now is going to be weird. We got Dontrell Droge, punter. Our pro potential's gone up to a B+, as has our conference prestige. Wow, the Big Ten is... Okay, so see, if we were to resort the conferences, technically we'd be in the Mountain West instead. The Big Ten would be the number one. Conference prestige up, stability drops, prestige drops. Yeah, that's to be expected. That coaching prestige is fickle. The Troy Trojans have won the national title 34-20 over Arizona State as Troy goes 15-2 en route to a title. Congrats to Troy. We got to look at their roster really quickly too, don't we? I think we have to. SEC probably dropped because everyone's eating a little light. Basically, yeah. The national champion Troy Trojans. 83 overall, just like we are. I mean, dude, they got some guys that were playing like 90s. They had the Heisman winner. They're not bad. They're not bad. Fair play. They're actually a conference below us, which is hilarious. So, are we going to get any bad news in terms of players leaving through the portal? Fuck. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Okay, we need to talk about this. We need to talk about this and just how rough this could be. Butte at quarterback is only a 2-star. He had a rough year. His ratings aren't quite capped out. We know he's better than what he did this past season. Like, look at the drop off. Last year, 22-4. This year, 10-14. It would still suck to lose him. Left guard and Okorafor. Granted, we do have child of divorced dads. Okorafor, though, was a 3-star. It would suck to lose him. There's Droge at tight end, who's a sophomore. Only a 2-star, normal dev, so that's not too devastating. The guy I'm worried about the most is the sophomore defensive end, Joel Adize, 3-star impact dev. Out of anybody, he's the one I hope stays. Please. Please, God, stay on this team, please. Even though we do have trail mix ahead of him, but let's see what happens. First and foremost, Okorafor, will you stay? Holy shit, on low persuasion, we kept him. Thank you, Ryan Clark, the god of football. Chat, drop your Ryans. Drop your Ryans in chat. We've been blessed by Papa Clark. Nat 20. Okay. Isaiah Butte is also staying. Trayvon Droge is also staying. While we lose John Glockland, Big Al's Gorilla Shirt, and Endurance M Cornhucker for the rest of the offense. On defense, we know that we are losing to Real Tribal Chief. Diet Kakalaki's going pro. Big Al is gone. Hide and Decloset's gone. And George Ogbu. However, Joel Dedize, are you staying? The one guy I really wanted to keep walks. Everybody else stays, though. I would have rather had it reversed, to be honest. Damn it. Okay. Okay. Shit. Just got to deal with it. We just got to deal with it. It is what it is. We'll move on. We'll move forward. Could have been worse, in fairness. In terms of the draft results, it was a 4th round pick for Diet Kakalaki at safety. Well done. Question now is, what does the portal look like? We are still, thank God, allowed to bring in 3-star recruits. And we still have a couple of guys left on our board that were holdovers, including another kicker. So, 3 stars out of the portal. No quarterbacks. Marcus Breeze. No running backs. Oh, shit. No fullback. No wideouts. Oh, man. No tight ends. Uh-oh. No tackles. No guards. No centers. No defensive ends. Oh, shit. No defensive tackles. No outside linebackers. No middle linebackers. No corners want to come here. No free safeties. No players. Not a single 3-star wants to come here out of the portal. So we will just go to the prospect list then. And see if there is anybody that we missed that has interest. Or that has a 2-star pipeline rating. To be honest, quarterback is probably the last position we should look at because of how many people we already have. But at this point, I don't care. Running backs. Any 2 stars that we haven't looked at yet? There's no. Let's look for player interest first. I don't think we're going to have anybody. I don't think anybody would have changed their mind about being interested in us based off of the season that we had. Obviously, based on position, there are plenty of players out there that are still available. But, yeah. Okay. So, another strategy could be to just look at every single one of these goddamn athletes. That's another option. But I think we'll base it off a pipeline because we'll be able to put up a little bit better of a fight when it comes to, actually, let's go that way. We'll be able to put up a better fight when it comes to visits and stuff like that because inherently we'll have proximity to home to use to our advantage. George Cole is a sophomore. Juco, no thanks. Nobody at tight end. And if we still have enough players available, I'll start looking at even 1-star for pipeline, bronze pipeline, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, because I don't think we're going to have that much access to even 2s at this time. There's not a ton of 3s left. You have Jason Cookus. Okay, I really don't need a safety named Cookus after how our defense just played. That's incredibly rude. There's another punter. I am just going insane with special teams. Somebody's got to be able to make a field goal, right? I think we just stick them with who's on our board at this point. So Trenton Nimmo. Schedule you for a visit this week, since we can. You want proximity to home. And let's optimize what we're selling you on here. There we go. So we're already on our board. Thomas French. Proximity to home. That pipeline is important. 10. Kevin Keener and his tiny peener. Hard sell. Please. What I want you. Give me what I want. Because basketballs don't hold punches. Alright, go ahead. Sell you on, buddy. Please. The clutch. Well, I certainly need a clutch kicker, don't I? One that doesn't miss from 20 yards. Cooper, Bob, Holly. Bob Core. That's Graves. Let's get you on a visit. These fullbacks, I mean, they might be able to be tight ends, so... we're just trying to get as much 3-star talent into this program as possible. And between last year and this year, I think this next season will, again, be the one where we can start looking at quality over quantity. Bob Core, father of Gamble. Let's go with that, sure. Alright, so we'll only go 25 for those guys. Everybody else, though, especially like the safeties, we can max these guys out. Let's cook us. Still don't like the idea of a defender being named Cookus, but what can you do? Let's see, Terrence Graves. We have way more points available this week than I would have suspected. And then Cooper, Robert Holly. I mean, I think we're basically going to be able to get everybody on the 50. It is kind of nice. Anything else? Last two guys at the bottom here, the punters. I mean, shit, we're going to have points left over at this rate. Very close, but we are going to have points left over. Be able to schedule out visits later then. Okay. Well, let's see what happens. The portal is a complete no-go for us, at least for 3 stars, so we'd rather just go for actual 3 stars instead of better 2 stars. We get Kevin Keener at safety, Terrence Woodhead at kicker, and we're not out on anybody, which is good news. We gotta see, though, if we can land a few more people here. Is there anybody that's ready for a visit? No. Favorite then. I mean, technically we could scout, but whatever. I don't think we need to waste the time. Just bring him in. We get Trenton Nimmo at tight end, Thomas French at center. The only players left on the board are guys that we just started looking at the very end. But because of that, we are going to have some space on the board. Are there any athletes left? There are. Can I get all of these guys on the board at once? No, I cannot. Sorry to Alani Pinner. But let's just see if we can convince these guys right at the very end, right? Why not? We have to cut a lot of people, it's fine, because most of them are going to be 2 stars anyway. And they're going to have a much lower ceiling. Well, we can just steal these athletes and then fill out the roster, and we'll fill out the roster. I had a hell of a mustache from high school. It's almost, you know, sometimes it can be pretty fun. Apparently, that's one of the things that FC is fixing, is actually having, like, youth academy players look like they're, you know, not old men. Madden has that problem the worst. I mean, everybody knows they have a couple of player faces. Dude, some of the guys look 60. It's crazy. By crazy, I mean bad. Crazy bad. Anybody else who isn't a quarterback? Dude, there is a chance I am going to be bringing in so many goddamn quarterbacks this year. It's not even funny at this point. This guy's 6'3", though. At that height, I'm sure you can play somewhere else aside from QB. Guy's 6'4". There is a chance we are going to have And it's not exactly a scientific, precision-based number, but I believe the term is a bajillion. I think we're lined up to have about a bajillion quarterbacks potentially on this roster for this next season. Let's go to the final week. Will we get some good news? Not yet, but we're also not out for anybody. A lot of these are going to go right down to the wire because most of these guys aren't even towards that final stage. So we only got 40 points left. Let's just do it. See if we get any late steals. But not having anybody available through the portal was a pretty big disappointment. We do get punter Forrest Brooks, punter Larry York, fullback Roy Keys, tight end Ray Beaver, Bryce Eachus, quarterback Jeremiah Lasike. Quarterback Jamie B out of Waxahachie, Texas. Quarterback Tony Ingold out of Knoxville. That's a lot of athletes we just brought in. Okay, well, an influx of talent in terms of trying to balance it out. It might not go too well. Top class this year, Oklahoma. You had Miami, Texas Tech, Notre Dame, and Oregon in that top 5. Where were we ranked this year? We broke out of the top 100 last year, the bottom 100, I should say, and we were at number 43 with 32 3-star players, easily our best recruitment class yet, which includes all of these potential quarterbacks. There's so many athletes, though. It'll be fine, but that's awesome. Holy hell. We will find somebody to throw a football. So let's look at these guys. Joseph Rugamba, Impact Dev. Normal Dev for Trent Stewart. Impact for Cornell Rasmussen. Normal for Cooper Hawley. Terrence Graves has Impact Dev. Bryce Eachus. Jeremiah Lasike. Jamie B. Impact Dev for Kyrie Crosswell. And then Tony Ingold. At running back, we have Dominique Lemons, who at least has Platinum the Natural. We missed out on Philip Aludakun, though. All these guys were ours, right? At fullback, Kenya Bowden, Impact Dev. Even though he was a bust, he still had Impact Dev. How the hell do you figure? Normal Dev for Javante Sapp, Roy Keys, and Jameel Reese. Wide out, Herschel Keglar. At tight end, Zay Kraft, Trenton Nimmo at an Impact Dev, as well as Ray Beaver. That one is rare, an Impact bust. Tackle, Pat Bajent. At guard, Silas Granger. Centers, Josh Mandarino. And Elite Dev, Thomas French. Whew. One of the rarities for us so far, but an Elite Dev lineman, Thomas French. Okay, that makes me feel just a little bit better about our struggles this season. Welcome in, Tommy. Elite is the highest dev. Yes, it goes Elite, Star, Impact, Normal. Boy, we needed that. Impact Dev for defensive tackle Calvin Fuller with Platinum Team Player. Awesome. And Dylan Van Ginkel. Kevin Keener, Jason Cookus. Star Dev Kicker, Terrence Woodhead. Okay. And then I think I brought in like 4 punters. Yep. Impact Dev for Caleb Lashley. Dontrell Droge. Elite Dev punter, Forrest Brooks. Yes! We have an elite punter. 2 elites in the same class, by the way. And then Larry York. We have an elite punter. Definitely turning him into a kicker. So, in terms of the players we actually got, it worked out pretty well. Position changes and such, and getting our roster down to size, that is going to be a fucking nightmare because we have a combined 7 kickers / punters on this team. Oh boy, how are we gonna deal with this?